11. I'm guessing that all of you has been waited this moment to clear out your card, right? My name is Anizakia and I'm your moderator for the next 1 hour. I'm sure that all of you can't wait to hear today's topic that he would share. For your information, this is our second day session with Mustaq. So I hope that all of you has completed your assignment given. If there's any question throughout the session, do not hesitate to ask in our chat room. I will read it at the end of the session. So before we start, would you guys open your camera for a while so that we could know a little bit of familiar faces that attend yesterday's session? Hello, everyone.
Yes. Let me see. Okay, you can see some nice familiar faces.
Yeah, right?
Yep. Some are just getting on.
Okay. So would you guys give a piece for our today's snapshot?
Yes.
Your best piece. I couldn't see your piece in Cik Mustaq. It's a bit blurry. You have to come.
Oh,
you have to
okay.
come a bit forward.
All right, let me change my virtual background to that.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yes, great. Thank you, guys. Okay, Assalamualaikum, Cik Mustaq. How are you?
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Very good. I'm good and excited to meet some of our exciting participants, delegates again.
Okay. Encik Mustaq had shared a lot yesterday. I was very much captured what he mentioned yesterday. When you meet your client, you need to clear your mindset and understand their point of view before we can make decisions, which that is so much relevant these days. So I will let Encik Mustaq elaborate more on today's topic, and one of it, he did mention sell or buy ideas. We received this question yesterday, right, Encik Mustaq?
Yes, we did, and I'll be covering it. How to get our stakeholders, or maybe our even bosses. I'll do it very. I don't have much time. I'll give a gist of how we can do that today.
Okay. Won't delay you no more. Present to you, Encik Muhammad Mustaq.
All right.
The floor is yours.
Thank you, Anis, for the nice opening and introduction. Well, welcome everyone. How's everyone here today? Good. If you all can give me a thumbs up. If you can give me a thumbs up. Yep, awesome. Yep, I can see Zulkarnain's thumbs up there. Yes, I can see Putu. Yes, some of you. Fikri. Yes, Akila. Yep, very good. So everyone is doing well. So what I'll do today in the next 1 hour is I'll just do a very quick, maybe 3 minutes summary of what we did yesterday. And I will dive and yesterday I gave you an overview of what we need to do. So today what I will share is how, and I'll give you some tools that you can use to get more insights about our customer. What's very important is we have to understand, once we have insights about our stakeholders, about whoever we are serving, how the improvement, the innovation solution is always very easy. The biggest challenge is we think we know about that, but it's not as obvious. All right. So allow me to share my slides now. I hope, I can do it. I'll just do a quick recap. So welcome to day 2. And what I mentioned yesterday is number 1, we have to be very, we got to test our assumptions, and we need to have high awareness. In doing so, only then we can be innovative and creative. So number one is about testing our assumptions, and we must have high, what do you call it? High degree of awareness. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to do a quick exercise to see if everyone, after lunch, everyone is awake. All right. So I'm going to have an exercise here, and I need you to go to your chat later and give me the answer. Okay, give me the answer. Oh, I don't know why I can't seem to. Aha, there's some technical challenges. Okay, but never mind. Yep, now it's possible. Okay, so what I need you to do is, how many shapes can you all see? Okay, how many shapes can you all see? Okay, please put in the chat. Give me the answer in the chat. All right, stop sharing now. 1, 2, 3. I'll stop now. Yep. Okay. So what's the answer? Can you all put it in the chat? Anis, help me out with that. Yes, Anis. Do we have some answers? 7. Very
I saw
good.
40.
40. Wow, very good. Some very good
There's a lot.
answers. Okay. 16, 19, 40. Faizura. Huh, I know her. Okay. All right. Okay. But my real question is, okay, which is good. Doesn't matter. How many people is in the bus? Can anyone answer? How many people in the bus? Roslyn, oh no. Oh, some of you seen it.
You
Very
got
good.
us.
Some of you didn't even notice. Very good. Yeah. You see, that is about, having insight. Sometimes we fix our mind on something else. We get to notice the bus, or we didn't notice what's in the bus. Yeah, Faizura? Oh dear. Yes, good. So that is my point. That is my point. We always have to test our assumptions. Yeah, it's very, very important. We must test our assumptions because we might lose. So when we are with our stakeholders, for us to really understand our stakeholders, sometimes we got to go there without any prejudgment. Yeah, without any prejudgment, and we got to go with a clear mind. All right. Okay. The other thing I mentioned about when we are observing, and the mindset of effective innovator and creative people. One, they learn from failure. Number two, they have very high empathy. And innovators normally and design thinkers normally make things, so they just make something rough. Yeah. They're always very optimistic. They have a creative confidence. What it means is, doesn't mean that they have to be a good artist to be creative. All right. They have a lot of empathy. They embrace ambiguity. All right. And lastly, they iterate and continuously iterating their solutions. Yeah. Okay. The other thing I mentioned was about innovation in design thinking is about the three elements that you need. First is you need to have technical feasibility. For you to innovate something, it has to be technically feasible. It has to be economically viable, And lastly, it has to be desirable. It has to be desirable. Only then we can have a human-centered innovation. Only then, when we have all three, only then we can have an human-centered innovation. All right. So I have a questions that I'm going to ask you now again. Uh, Let me see. Where is this? Okay. To lose the slide, but it's fine. Emma, I'll ask the question later. Don't worry. Yeah. Perhaps you can find it. One. Any questions before I move on? Any questions before I move on? Yeah. No questions, no clarification. So I can continue with the summary right now. And am I sharing my slides, by the way? Am I sharing my slide? No, I'm not. I'm not. Okay. Okay. So the questions that I like to ask all of you is this. Do you all know what is this? What is this equipment? Can you all see this equipment now?
Oh,
Okay, I'll make it maybe a little bit wider. Yeah. Can you see this equipment? Okay, I'll stop sharing right now. Okay, I'm sure you all have seen it. Okay, what is, anyone knows what's the equipment? Yes, what is it? Takyudin, tell me, what is it? Oh, no, you said no. Faizura, no. All right. It is a durian peeler. It's a tool. Yeah, King Mia,
oh,
it's a durian peeler. So it helps open durians. Yeah, it helps you open durian so that it's very easy to open durian. Yeah, very easy to open durian. My question to all of you is, how come this machine is never successful? See, this is how you open a durian. Yeah, using this machine here. Okay, so let me share with you why. Okay, it is, this machine is technically
true.
viable. Is that true? Yep, somebody could make it's technically viable. It is cheap.
Mm.
Yeah, first time seeing a durian peeler. Yeah, maybe it's seasonal, but you still, yeah, you still, but you even during high season you don't see it. Okay, okay. So
Some of the store
yeah,
might have it.
not many people using it
Yes.
because it's not desirable. Because for us to really part of the experience of working durian, well, eating durian is what? Chopping it into it and opening it up. And we get a lot of joy when we open it up and then we see, we peel it. Yes. So what is happening is for the durian peeler machine, desirability is missing. Even though it's technically feasible and economically viable, it's not that expensive to do. So you need to have all three components be working before you can have a good innovation. Yeah. The other thing I mentioned at the end was always seek to understand unarticulated unmet needs. What is it again? Unarticulated unmet needs. Yeah. So this is where for good innovations to happen, for really good innovation to happen, or okay, maybe I ask the question, we've seen a product and we all say, I never knew I wanted it, but once I have it, I can't live without it. We never knew previously that we needed a smartphone. Yeah, maybe, if we go to back 10, 15 years ago, we never knew. We said, a normal phone is sufficient. But now that we have a smartphone, we can't live without a smartphone. Okay? I know for some the millennials and everything, previously, they never knew they needed Netflix. Now, they can't live without Netflix. They can't live without Spotify. Am I right, Anis? You can't live without Netflix or Spotify?
Yes. Every
Yes.
night I will I find
Watch
some time to
something.
watch Netflix.
Yes. You see, because they really understood what people wanted, unarticulated, unmet needs. Yeah. So that is the key. Great invention or great innovation, great process improvement comes in, without the customer saying, oh yeah, I have this challenge. I have this pain. But we are smart enough to get insight, understand their challenges. Yeah. And to really understand the unarticulated unmet needs, what do we need to do? This is what we need to do. Okay. If you look at an iceberg, the basic need, wants, and motivation is below the waterline. However, normally what people do to understand our stakeholders, we ask them, we do interviews, we do observation. People will do, people will say. However, for us to get a really powerful insight into what is below the waterline, what is not obvious, we need to do qualitative studies. We need to do qualitative studies. And this is where effective designers, they really probe people's stated position to understand what is unspoken, what is hidden, what are the underlying interests. That is the key to great process improvement, new solutions, getting insights about our stakeholders. Yeah. So that is this key. All right. How do you get it? So before that, what I would like to share is yesterday I mentioned about Bank of America, where they are able to help people save a lot of money, and they help people who couldn't save and started to save as well. So let me share a video about this product, and I will share how they came about it. Yeah, let me share a video. I'll share a video right now, and the video should be coming up soon. Anis, tell me if the volume is playing, yeah? Something seems to be not right. Okay. Ada volume tak?
Not yet.
Now?
Okay, coming.
At Bank of
Yes.
America, we recognize
Thanks.
that innovative banking products are the key to attracting new customers. That's why we recently launched Keep the Change, a unique program that helps customers put aside savings on a regular basis. Here's how it works. Under the Keep the Change program, every debit card purchase made by a participating customer is automatically rounded up to the next dollar. The difference is then transferred to the customer's savings account. Every debit card purchase adds to the total. To provide added incentive for new accounts, the bank matches 100% of program deposits for the first 3 months and 5% thereafter, up to $250 per year. Bank of America's Keep the Change program was launched in October 2005, and it has already proven an overwhelming success. By January of 2006, the program has attracted more than 1 million customers, and more than 20% of these customers were new to the bank. Imagine a program that attracts 200,000 new customers in just 3 months. That's the power of innovation.
Yeah. So why were they successful? Yeah, they had very good result. 1 million customer in 3 months, 20% are new, because they understand what the customer unarticulated. Customer did not say, but they understand from their behavior by having qualitative studies that these customers wanted convenient shortcut and effortless routine, which means what customer want? I want to save money, but I do not want to go to the bank. I do not want to, to consciously do it. It will happen easily. Just like how today a lot of people are shopping. They already have so many things in their cart. This online shopping is so easy. They've made it so easy for you to buy. Betul, Anis? How many things was in your
Yes.
cart today?
A lot.
Yeah, all right. Never mind. Yeah, so they made it so easy. So if we can really understand how do we make it easy for our customer, it becomes very simple. Our innovation, our innovation. Yeah. So the success lie in its appeal to have an instinctive desire to put money aside. And the key thing is what our customers wanted, or Bank of America, they wanted painless and invisible way, automatically. Yeah, they wanted that. All right. So what I want to do, which you will get by the end of today, by the way, I think Shariza will share yesterday's slide sometime today, and I'll share today's slide later today. Okay. So one of the things, a tool to help you develop customer empathy is this thing called empathy map canvas. All right. So I'm not going to explain this tool because it's so easy. Everything is explained there. So it's even the first step, the second step, everything is in there. So it has step-by-step process. All right. You will have this. So number two, what you need to do. Number three, what you need to do. So it is a very easy to use, intuitive map. By filling up the canvas, what you'll be able to do is to really understand our customers, one, and to really understand to empathize with them, with our stakeholders. Yeah. So that is number one. Yeah. So that's the first tool. Okay. So this will help you empathize with the customers. Okay. Next, I have a question for all of you, and Anis, I need your help. Okay. I need everyone to put in some suggestion. Okay. I'm sure you all know what this is, right? It's train service. And this is actually Amtrak, and it's a real case study. This is Amtrak, and Amtrak, just like in Malaysia as well, our train are not doing very well. Okay, so now Amtrak or Kereta Api Tanah Melayu, the Malaysian train network, engages all of you as a consultant. What would you all do? I need suggestions now. What would you all do to increase ridership, to increase more people, to get more people to use the train services? Okay, can you all put it in the chat right now? Please put it in the chat. I would like to see some answers. What are some suggestions? If you're all consultant, cheaper ticket. All right. Okay, some very good inputs there. Anis, by the way, there was a question earlier on today, which I need to answer. Can you help me get that question? Yeah, there was a question before I came to here. All right,
Okay.
give comfort seat, comfortable seat, coach should be upgraded, free ride for certain groups. Very good. Punctuality. Wow, very, very, very powerful. I got a story about punctuality. Convenience station. Yes, very good. Some even say frequent rides, stewardess, relax, Instagrammable. Wow, in design. Suziana must be Insta famous. Yeah, customer centric. Fast, Judito. All right, so very good. You all have some free Wi-Fi, Harina, the lady who cannot live without a Wi-Fi, and Faizura too, they don't mind there's no food as long as they must have Wi-Fi. Okay, good. So this is exactly what Amtrak has done. They upgraded their coaches and everything, provided Wi-Fi and everything, but sales did not go up until they called in IDEO. IDEO is a really good design thinkers. And what they did was they expanded the problem because they really understood why people are not riding the train. And what they found out is people are not riding the train because the train are not good. They are riding the train because there are other problems. So what we are solving here, most of us is we are solving the riding experience. Ever for a train, the customer journey, and this is where for us to really understand the customer journey of riding is only number 8 out of 10. There are many other issues that we need to solve. For example, learning the schedule, how to plan for the train ride, starting the journey, entering the station, all that, at the waiting place, boarding the train station, eventually riding. They also found out, hey, you know what? When they arrive at the destination, they have got problems. And sometimes when they arrive at the station, for them to get connecting stations or connecting transport is an issue. So continuing the journey is also an issue. So what you can see here is sometimes for us to really understand the stakeholders. For example, if you got to look at the process, do not just look at the process from just one touch point. For example, entering the station, yeah? But, a process can be anything. What we need to do is look at the entire journey, yeah? So there is this tool called Customer Journey Canvas. Yeah, I'll share later, but if you just Google, there's so many tools, all right? So what you'd like to do is there are things that are preventing, for this case, the train, there are things that are preventing the customer from even taking the train ride. For example, when they are entering the station, if you have luggage, it's very difficult, because the train station is in the center of the city, cars cannot stop, for them to carry the bag, to pull the bags into the train station is all very difficult. So people say, you know what? I don't want to ride the train station. Or even how to buy tickets. It was very difficult. So my point is, for us to solve this issue, one issue, you may need to solve other things. So what I'm trying to say here is sometimes you need to expand the problem, understand the whole journey. Yeah. Understand, see the forest, not just the tree. Yeah. Tengok hutan bukan hanya pokok. Yeah. You got to look at the forest and not just the tree. Okay. Right. So what you need to do then is, okay, this is another tool that you will have at every stage. So at awareness stage, evaluation stage, purchase, delivery, retention, at every stage, capture the customer's journey. What is the digital experience? How are they feeling? What is your differentiator? What is your process? Is there any leakage? Leakage means, is this where the customers leave our process? Okay? This is another tool. Yeah, I can just give you some highlights here. What I would like to share and how to really understand our customers, truly understand our customers, is this tool called Value Proposition Canvas. If you will look at this value proposition canvas, there are, sorry, before I explain, there was a question just now, Anis. I need to
Yes,
take
yes,
the
yes.
question. Yes, what was the question?
The
Yes.
question is, should we confirm back to the employees after understanding the hidden information?
Hidden information. Yes. Okay. So, very good, Inas Tuti. Yeah, Inas Tuti, very good question. Because once we understand and we observe, we say, hey, you know what? They did not say this. We need to reconfirm. We need to talk to the employees. You got to talk to your supervisor or the process user, process owner. Are you facing this problem? If this is solved, validate your assumption. Yeah. What we need to do is validate our assumption. Yeah. Okay, Inastuti, I hope I answered your question. Yeah. We have to validate it. All right. Okay. Now I think I want to go to the next tool. Yeah, which is the value proposition. But I only want to focus on the circle. Yeah, because my talk here is really understanding our stakeholders. Yeah, understanding our stakeholders. So to really understand our stakeholders, there are three things that we need to do. Really, firstly, understand the customer job and what are their gifts, what are their pain. Okay, so what are the three things again? Understand customer's job, yeah, understand their pain and understand their gain. To really understand what is a customer job, allow me to show a fantastic video by someone I really respect. I think he's just recently passed away, unfortunately, but he's really a thinker, someone who's done a lot of great work in the disruptive innovation sphere. Okay, his name is Clayton Christensen. Maybe some of you have seen this video before. So allow me to show, this is his name, Clayton Christensen. Allow me to show, wait, let me see. Did I share the volume? Sorry again. Okay. Yeah, I did. Okay. All right, now here we go.
My name's Clay Christensen. I'm a professor at the Harvard Business School.
Ani's video okay? I mean,
Video
sound
okay?
okay?
A bit louder.
I brought with me a set of puzzles, all related to innovation. We decided that the way we teach marketing is at the core of what makes motivation difficult to achieve. The most helpful way we've thought of it so far is that we actually hire products to do things for us. And understanding what job we have to do in our lives for which we would hire a product is really the key to cracking this problem of motivating customers to buy what we're offering. So I wanted just to tell you a story about a project we did for one of the big fast food restaurants. They were trying to goose up the sales of their milkshakes. They had just studied this problem up the gazoo. They brought in customers who fit the profile of the quintessential milkshake consumer. And they'd give them samples and ask, could you tell us how we can improve our milkshakes so you'd buy more of them? Do you want it chocolatey or cheaper, chunky or chewier? They get very clear feedback. They would then improve the milkshake on those dimensions, and it had no impact on sales or profits whatsoever. So one of our colleagues went in with a different question on his mind, and that was, I wonder what job arises in people's lives that cause them to come to this restaurant to hire a milkshake. So we stood in a restaurant for 18 hours one day and just took very careful data. What time did they buy these milkshakes? What were they wearing? Were they alone? Did they buy other food with it? Did they eat it in the restaurant or drive off with it? It turned out that nearly half of the milkshakes were sold before 8 o'clock in the morning. The people who bought them were always alone. It was the only thing they bought, and they all got in the car and drove off with it. So to figure out what job they were trying to hire it to do, we came back the next day and stood outside the restaurant so we could confront these folks as they left, milkshake in hand. And in language that they could understand, we essentially asked, excuse me, please, but I got to sort this puzzle out. What job were you trying to do for yourself that caused you to come here and hire that milkshake? And they'd struggle to answer, so we'd then help them by asking other questions like, well, think about the last time you were in the same situation, needing to get the same job done, but you didn't come here to hire a milkshake. What did you hire? And then as we put all of their answers together, it became clear that they all had the same job to do in the morning, and that is they had a long and boring drive to work. And they just needed something to do while they drove to keep the commute interesting. One hand had to be on the wheel, but somebody had given them another hand and there wasn't anything in it. And they just needed something to do while they drove. They weren't hungry yet, but they knew they'd be hungry by 10 o'clock. So they also wanted something that would just pull down there and stay for their morning. Good question. What do I hire when I do this job? You know, I've never framed the question that way before, but last Friday I hired a banana to do the job. Take my word for it, never hire bananas. They're gone in 3 minutes. You're hungry by 7:30. If you promise not to tell my wife, I probably hire donuts twice a week, but they don't do it well either. They're gone fast. They crumb all over my clothes. They get my fingers gooey. Sometimes I hire bagels, but as you know, they're so dry and tasteless. Then I have to steer the car with my knees while I'm putting jam on them, and then if the phone rings, we got a crisis. I remember I hired a Snickers bar once, but I felt so guilty I've never hired Snickers again. Let me tell you, when I come here and hire this milkshake, it is so viscous that it easily takes me 20 minutes to suck it up that thin little straw. Who cares what the ingredients are? I don't. All I know is I'm full all morning and it fits right here in my cup holder. Well, it turns out that the milkshake does the job better than any of the competitors, which in the customer's minds are not Burger King milkshakes, but it's bananas, donuts, bagels, Snickers bars, coffee, and so on. But I hope you can see how, if you understand the job, how to improve the product becomes just obvious.
All right. I we all got something out of the video. All right. Hope you all got something out of the video. Okay. So, You understand now what is a job? A job is not like, where we get salary, right? Okay, so a job is not that. And what's very important is, what is the job of the milkshake? Anyone can text it. What is the job of the milkshake? Yeah, for a layman's term, because that is a startup, disruptive innovation term. But for a layman, what is the job of the milkshake? Keep tummy happy. Yes, Azaha. What else? What else is the job of a milkshake? People company, very good. Rajano, very good. Companion, yes, very good. To make you busy, not bored, not hungry. Yeah, all right, good, fantastic. Big round, gives them some energy in the morning. Yes, yeah. For me, I love nasi lemak and roti canai. That's my favorite, not what do you call it, milkshake. Okay, something to hold on to. Very good, very good. So you understand, you see now, that is not really obvious. That actually, that customers, the customer is actually McDonald's. McDonald's bring in flavor, new cup holder and everything. Sales did not grow. However, when they made the milkshake thicker, which means it made it longer for the customers and the buyers to drink it, sales went up. They understood now it's actually more about keeping the driver company. Just like us, whenever we are going on a long road trip, if we are driving for 2 or 3 hours with our family, what we will do is we'll buy snacks. We'll buy not because we are hungry, because we want to have something to eat when we are in the jam. Yeah, big drive drink, correct? Yes, the drinks and the snacks and everything is not because we are hungry. It's just to keep us company. So what I'm trying to say here is, if we really understand, okay, if we really understand what the customers wants to achieve, the motivation, it's easy. And the customer job, he has three kind of categories. It could be a functional job, like what you say just now was to keep the tummy full. It could be a social job. Social job, they want how to be perceived by other people. And lastly, is the emotional job. Okay. So when you buy something for a car, what is the job of a car? What is the job of a car? What is the job of the functional job of a car? Anyone? Last longer. Yeah. Bring from point A to point B. That is a functional job. Very good. Marcia, transport. Very good. Lee. Yes. Arena as well. Good. How about what is the social job? Yes. Increase mobility to reach destination. What is the social job of a car? Anyone? Branding. Very good. Prestige. Self-esteem. Very good. Yeah. Bonding too. Yeah. Those are the social jobs. And some of us, when we go to restaurants, it's not about how tasty the food is. It's how nice the food look. Is the food Instagrammable? So that's the social job. Okay, personalized. Yeah, good. What is an emotional job of a car? Comfort, very good. What else? Comfort drive, Tila, yeah. Style, peaceful view, happy, safety, very good. Yes. All right, good. So we must always look, yeah, from these three aspects to understand our stakeholders. Yeah. And could be, yeah, very, very important. Yeah. It could be talking about a process, a new system, evaluating a new system, but they may coming from for example, when you're evaluating a new system, we got to look at the system user. What is their social job? What is their emotional job? Yes. And the functional job as well. So for us to really understand, look at the bigger picture, not just from one angle, which is the functional job. Okay. So what did Clayton Christensen say? Very, very important. If we understand the job, how to make improvement to the product becomes obvious. Yeah, how to make improvement to the product becomes very obvious. All right. Okay. So these are the things sometimes customer do not know that they need it. Yeah, but we need to really dig in and to really understand what is below the waterline. You know, the iceberg, what is the 90%? We need to go deeper into the 90% below the waterline to really understand what are their hidden needs, what are the motivations which are not spoken, yeah, which are not spoken. And lastly, before I dive into how to get ideas on how to sell and get buy-in from our stakeholders, I want to just share this. What does it look like? If you can see this, what does it look like? Oh, am I sharing slide? Nope. Okay, apologies. What does this look like? Anyone? I know it's an infographic, but what does it look like? A card. Very good. It's a card, a carriage. Yeah, very good. So previously, when people ask customers, when they were riding a horse cart, what do you want? And all the customers, what they say is they want a faster horse. Yeah, they want a horse that can have less rest. They want a horse that they don't need to feed very much. Yeah. No one mentioned, no customer mentioned they did not want a horse. They just want a cart. They just want a carriage that can move without the horse, which is what we have today, a car. Yeah. Initially, you all know that, okay, this is digressing a little bit. Initially, a car is called horseless carriage. Yeah. And then we are used to not having a horse. We just call it carriage. And now we just call a car. So sometimes when we ask customers, they do not tell us what they would like. It's our rule, our responsibility to really understand and to give them what they didn't know they wanted, but once they have it, they can't live without. You get what I mean? We got to give our stakeholders, give our customers, give our clients, our learners what they do not know they wanted, but once they have it, they can't live without. Okay? So that's the key of great design. All right. Before we go into pitching and how to get buy-in from our stakeholders, any questions? Any questions at all?
There's one.
Yes. Yes.
Give what they need, not they want.
Well, we need to give them what they desire, provided the needs and wants are met. So we need to do is we need to, maybe we need to give what they want as well, but they do not know they want it. Aware that they want it. Yeah, so that's our. Yeah, so that is when that can only happen if we have high customer or stakeholder empathy. Yeah, we need to give them what they want, what they need, or even what they desire, but they are aware. Our stakeholders do not know they need it, but once they have it, they cannot live without. Yep, needs, wants will always, eventually will translate into brand when you design it well. Yes. Yep. What kind of data should we collect for us to know what the customer want if they do not know? Yeah, this is where I mentioned yesterday. Yeah, you can go back just 1 minute. You will have the slide. slides. Yeah, I already shared the slides. This is where what kind of data you got to look at these 6 things. You got to observe these 6 things. What prompts behavior? Look at what adaptations they make. Look at what they care about. Look at body language. Look at patterns, and lastly, look at the unexpected. So these are the things you look at. Okay. What prompts behavior, adaptation, body language? For example, if I can give you another story now, a quick one before I go into the last part is Betty Crocker. Yeah. Do you all know this? Do you all know this brand, Betty Crocker? It's actually a premix for cakes. Yeah, it's a premix for cake. Nope, I can't seem to share it. Okay, all right. Now okay, you all know this brand, Betty Crocker? It's a premix for cake. So what happened was, I'll cut the story short. What happened was sales was going up, and then after that, it plateaued very quickly. And what they did was this manufacturer added more flavors. Sales didn't go up. Sales didn't go up. So they were wondering why. How come we added more product, but sales didn't increase? So they really understood the customer. They got feedback. What they saw was customers, when they are explaining the cake, they have body, their what do you call it? Their arms folded. Yeah, their arms what? Arms were their arms were folded, which means they're very defensive. Yeah, they were looking at body language. Yes. So what happened is they probe further. They said, well, why are you feeling this way? You know what they found out? They found out that when people praise them for a wonderful cake they bake, they don't feel satisfied. They feel like, hey, this is not a cake they baked. It's just an instant cake. You didn't put in any effort. Yes. So, you know what Betty Crocker is? They took out egg. So previously, all you need to do is in water, put in some milk, and you can bake it. Now you got to add egg. Just by adding egg, the customers feel by they are putting some effort. They have to crack 4 eggs. It's not easy, to crack 4 eggs. Yeah. They have to beat eggs, and then they felt they put the effort to bake the cake. You see, so if you really understand the data, the behavior, what's important is the behavior. Yeah.
Encik Mustaq, we have one question.
Yeah.
It's from Marita. Each individual has their own needs which may differ from one another. It can affect to the complexity of the design, how we should organize it or optimize it.
Very good, Marita. What's very important is for you to focus on your customer segment that you're focusing on. You've got to be very, very clear for the customer focus you focus on. I mean, the customer segment. Yeah. So you've got to be very, very clear. You don't need to serve every single customer. And the different customer will have different needs. So we have to be very focused. Just like the cars. Mercedes-Benz would build everything for everyone. They will just build a very targeted segment. Toyota will build for a very targeted segment. So they're very, very targeted. Just like any other product, brands of shoes and clothing, cosmetic, everything. They're very customer segmentized. They segment customer very, very, very well. So that is very, very true. So in a way, yes, it's complex if you're trying to fit everyone. Okay, so now what I need to do is through now how we get buy-in from our customers. Yeah, how do we get buy-in from our customers? Okay, so what I want to share here is this slide. The important thing is, first, we got to craft a story. Okay, very, very important. Most of the time, when people are trying to get buy-in, they present to management. I always tell people, don't present, tell a story. So you have to craft a story that captures the both heart and mind. Anis, was there a
Yes.
session about storytelling?
Yes, morning session.
Yeah, the morning session. It's all about storytelling. I go around ASEAN country to help managers and business leaders craft stories, because story can really move people. So number one, do not present, tell a story. Okay, all right. Number two, don't tell us, but show us. And what do you show? You've got to show visual. You need to have a lot of visuals. Yeah, you need to have a lot of visuals. Okay. And number three, show us by presenting a visual story. Show us by presenting a visual story. Okay. How do you do it? So it's all important. My point is, it's about storytelling. Yes, you need to present, but by presenting a story, you need to give the customer persona of the people you are helping, put in emotion and put in facts, capture the heart and the mind. It has to be both. Why stories? Stories are always memorable, impactful, and very personal. People can relate to stories. People can relate to stories. Okay. The other thing, visual, you have to understand, human processes visual 60,000 times faster than words. Yeah. And we recall visual 6 times more easily than text. Yeah. So always use stories and visual, and also use metaphor. Use metaphor. Metaphor gives meaning. Metaphor means, like, you can say things like, this is as solid as a rock. This is a metaphor. Yeah. My margins are thin as a razor blade. Yeah. So those are all metaphor. Okay. So what I want to show is now a possible flow of a story. Yeah. You can watch the talk this morning. Okay. You can watch the talk this morning on YouTube, right, Anis? Betul?
Yes, true.
Yeah. You talk.
We
Yeah.
will publish the video.
Sure. So you can always start with a challenge or the problem. This time I'm giving you a storyline. I'm giving you a storyline. So you can always start with a challenge. Okay. Number two, then give your approach to overcome the challenge. What's very important is to capture some vivid details. You got to give some vivid details so that they can really relate and be in the picture, so that they can really understand what you're going through. Okay. Number three, then only describe your solution. And lastly, what are the results? If you were to look at the Bank of America problem, they started with a challenge, they went through their approach and solution, and lastly, they gave result. In any movies also, you will see these are the four simple flow. I mean, I do not have time to dive into every segment, but it's very, very important. I would say here, what's very important is for us to really understand that we need to dive detail into the challenges we have. We got to go detail into our approach, solutions, and result. Yeah. Okay. So that is another one way we can share the story. Another way, a storyline. Okay. I will share here. Yeah. Another storyline is when you're presenting your ideas, and this is by Barbara Minto. Yeah, it's called the Minto Pyramid Principle. I think she is by McKinsey. Yeah, McKinsey loves this kind of storyline. Okay, so they always start with a situation. Well, Yeah. So what they do is they paint the current situation, the current scenario. Yeah. And in the current scenario, they highlight the problems or the complication. Yeah. So when you're highlighting the complication, it creates what? Tension. Yeah. In any movie, you need that tension. You need that suspense. So the complication creates that suspense. From the complication, it leads to the question you need to solve. So this is very, very clear. For us to overcome this, this is the question we need to overcome. And then, only then, they share the answer. So this is the Barbara Minto, by Barbara Minto, or they call it the Minto Pyramid Principle. Yeah. So you can build all you need, 10 slides, or maybe 7 minutes is enough. Yeah. Worry about the number slide. Even 7 minutes, if you can craft a story, actually you don't need much time. The key thing is always tell a story. Yeah, that is key. Yeah, rather than presenting just facts and numbers. It doesn't work that way. All right. So what I like to say here is when you're telling the story, always share a customer persona. What I mean by customer persona, it doesn't mean it has to be a customer, but it can be the process owner or the person who are using the system. Yeah, if it's a SAP system, whatever enterprise system, who's going to use the system? Who's going to use the IT process? Okay, so imagine who you are delivering the solution for. Create the persona. And if you've seen in Malaysia, this one I'm referring to people in Malaysia, recently or during the pandemic, our Prime Minister mentioned Makcik Kia. Is actually creating a persona. And how do you create a persona? Yeah. So I'm giving you the last tool for today. I'm going to share you the last tool. There is a canvas called the persona canvas. Yeah. So what you're trying to do is to really make that person come to life. Yeah. So this is the persona canvas. All right. So I have a couple of minutes left before we finish our session. Maybe I can take one or probably two questions. Yeah, I think it's only 2 minutes left.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah.
Not yet. Okay. Question: what to do? How to buy? To get buy-in? How to get buy-in from government officials? It's the same way. You understand. Okay. Everybody need to understand the functional job, social job, functional job. Get to understand what are the needs, what are their motivation. Yeah, and always tell a story. Give a story that captures the heart and the mind. It needs to capture the brain and the emotion, facts and emotion. You need to have it both. Yeah, you need to have both. I hope I answered the question. In practice, yes. In audits, yes. That I think is very, very important. You need to capture the heart and the mind. The mind comes with data, but you need to sell your ideas with people's emotion. For example, give them what are some of the challenges, how it will affect them personally. Execute not correct, or they don't do things properly. So you just give them your facts is not enough. Sometimes you need to confront them. Confront is not just to scare them, but to engage their emotion. Even from an point of view, you can go in there and say, this is to actually help you reduce non-compliance. Help you achieve your KPI. So by engaging that way, from even an accountant, audit, engineers, we can do it. Is there a difference in storytelling when presenting to top management? For the principles are the same, okay? Like any, what's also important is to understand who we are presenting to. Yeah, that's yeah, also important. Yeah, it is about sorry. And these days, all business leaders or great leaders are great storytellers. And you can inspire and change people. All right, Anis?
Okay. We are running out of time, Encik Mustaq.
Sure.
Do you have any
all right.
slide? Any more slide?
No, nope, I'm done.
Okay. Okay. We are hoping that we wish that we have more time with you. So okay, I'm glad that everyone is fully participating in our today's session. So as the saying goes, to every beginning there's an ending. This session is recorded and we will post this video in our YouTube channel for everyone to listen and share with whoever who can't join with our today's session. And now our session has come to its end. Now that we have learned a lot about human-centered approach, I believe Encik Mustaq had shared tons of information with us that can be useful in our day-to-day life, and if you can use his information to meet your client in future. Okay, once again, thank you, Encik Mustaq. Thank you everyone for gracing our session with your presence. We truly appreciate it. I hope this session will benefit you guys in future. So after this, we're gonna have a coffee. We're gonna have a coffee and talk session with Mr. Morov Rafiq, architect and singer at Cendekia Cafe at 4 p.m. So stay tuned. The session called Virtual Singing Competition. We know that you have a voice. Do join us and grand prizes to be won. So on behalf of Iclad committees, I would like to apologize if we have done any mistakes throughout this session. I will end my duty as moderator for today's event with wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Encik Mustaq.
Thanks, Anis. Bye.